Hey everybody, Janet says I'm ready to go. Hello, Weng.
Yeah,
Look who I found walking around Ayala Mall looking for a guy.
I live in here. Looking for a guy.
She was looking for me.
Hi, how are you, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. You?
I'm doing great, I think, so far.
You moved, didn't you? You changed homes?
Yes, yeah. It's better.
Better place. I heard you have a yard.
Yeah, that's for the dogs.
That makes the difference. Having
Yeah,
a
big
yard.
difference.
That's what we got too. But anyway, I want to talk to you. A bunch of my friends that I've been talking to recently,
Yes.
a couple of them are having a hard time finding a girlfriend. And I know this is a subject that we talk about often, but what do you think they're doing wrong that men are having a hard time finding a girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe it's very they put it in mind that when I got to the Philippines, I get a fine right away. Very aggressive, I think. But if you're gonna take your time, don't put too much expectation that when I got to Philippines, I will find right away.
An instant girlfriend.
An instant girlfriend.
Right off the plane. I've been told many times before I came here, once you get off the plane in Manila, there's like 50 girls all waving at you as you walking by, and you could pick a girlfriend.
Yeah, it's not what it is.
It's not what it is.
Especially if you want to be with a person that you're gonna be with for long, forever. Yes, if you're gonna look for a kind of like a good woman, I must say.
So say you're walking around the mall. You're a girl. You're walking around the mall. Do some guys have inappropriate comments to you as you walk by? Do they? Not everybody shows respect, right?
Yes. Fortunately, it never happened to me that I was being disrespected while walking, but or later they approached me, but probably so much staring, which is uncomfortable for women.
Staring at you?
Yeah, too much. And, I think that's one of the things you don't do it here.
Do you think that's a negative then? So if I'm sitting at a table and I see you over there and I stare at you like...
Yeah, that's too much. It's better if you smile and then, hey, can I know your name? You approach the woman. Yeah, then you are away from her and keep staring at her. It's gonna be like more uncomfortable. Yeah, but if you're gonna approach the woman and say, hey, introduce yourself, and you're gonna say, for example, hey, I'm new here in Cebu, for example, and can you recommend a good restaurant, or just be friendly and be nice?
Start up a conversation. Yeah. And do you find it hard to say the guy's not interesting to you, or you're busy? Do you find it easy to answer their question and then just say, I'm busy here, a polite way to have them go away?
Yeah, I think it's most of the Filipino women were nice to you. If they have in their mind something, they're gonna stop and say, hey, to help you. As long as you are respectful and nice to her, we're gonna always trying to help. It's a Filipino thing, kind of.
So the guy has to be careful. Don't mistake someone being polite and nice to you as being someone who is interested in you.
Yeah, that's very important, because I've talked to a guy as well being into that she's just trying to be nice and he took it in a wrong way, kind of. So it's very important to differentiate that. Honestly, it's hard for some other men to differentiate that.
If you were a girl and a guy, well, you are a girl, not if you were. A guy comes up to you and you're available, you're single, you're spending the day. Would you be more interested if he said, let's go have a drink? Or would you be more interested if he said, let's go have a coffee or lunch? A drink being a beer, an alcoholic drink.
I gotta be interested in the one who's gonna say, let's go have a coffee or a lunch, because as a woman, I just feel like there's no bad intention in there just to make me comfortable and have a great conversation over lunch or coffee. But with drinks, we know that it's gonna be different.
Alcohol gets involved, things can happen.
Yes, that's very cheeky.
So when a guy meets somebody for the first time, a total stranger, you're better off taking them somewhere that is very public, which is common sense, very public, very open, and give the girl an exit. You know, like after the coffee's finished or the lunch is finished, she can leave.
Yeah.
But if she likes you, she might stick around longer.
Yeah, she might stick around longer and ask questions and kind of show interest, like what's in your country, like make the conversation longer and interesting and laughing, like kind of like that.
So you have to use your skills. Now I'm talking to men that are older, that are coming in. We're not talking about kids. You know, you're 40, 50, 60 probably, maybe even 70, and you meet these girls, you should be able to tell if they're not interested in you during the conversation, right?
Yeah.
If you're interested in somebody, you're going to ask questions.
Yes, be interested in him as well. Hey, what you do in here in Cebu? Like, how long you gonna be here? And she gonna give you a hand to like invite her to see her again, something like that. But if you're just the one who keeps talking and she's just there smiling and like kind of like waiting to have a time to
Can
go.
you come up to my room? Can we go to my room? Type thing. Now, you can tell guys if they want to meet you. Now, someone suggested this. That guys should walk around with business cards. They should have a card with their name, their Facebook information, and maybe even their phone number or some way that this girl can contact you. Maybe the girl's busy.
Yeah.
Or with other girls. And you want to say, well, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Here's my contact if you're interested. What would you think of that if somebody handed you a business card that had their name on it for you to contact them later?
I think that's nice. That's a good way as well, Mike, because you're not gonna know if maybe she's very interested and she just busy at the moment. And if she's interested with you, she's gonna contact you after, like,
You might get a message at 10 o'clock at night. Hi, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if she's going to meet friends. Maybe she has class.
Yes.
Maybe she has a job.
Yeah, to do. So, yeah, that's very smart. That's very ideal.
See?
Yeah.
Some of us old guys have good ideas. Get a little business card and have your phone number on there and your contact. And then you can hand it to the people you like when they're busy. I remember in Las Vegas, there was this Filipina. She was at the gas station. She was going to pump her own gas, and she couldn't open the gas tank.
Yeah.
So I walked up to her. I said, "Let me help you." I helped her. She was very receptive, very smiley, waved nice at me. But once I left, there was no way ever to get hold of this girl again. If I had that business card, I could have said, "Hey, if you're free sometime, give me a call." And who knows what would have happened? That could have been the love of my life, and I would never have met Janet. But I didn't have a card.
Yeah. So it means that she's not meant to be with you.
Not meant to
Simply as job.
Do you find guys who hang out at the social and are always drinking, is that a turnoff to you when you walk around the mall?
I have to be honest, yes. Honestly, I avoided social. I don't want to pass through social.
There's times you walk by and it's the same guys over and over again.
I can see.
You can tell which
I'm
ones
very
they are.
quick into that. So I'm not saying all, but that's a big turn off
That's a
already.
negative.
I'm not. It depends upon the woman.
Yeah, it's one thing
as well,
if they're over there having a good time.
Yes, yeah.
And the next 2 or 3 times you go by there, there's no one there.
Yeah.
But if they're the one that's there every time you walk by, 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, or 10 at night. As you walk around the mall, because guys, when we get here, we're going to be hanging out at the mall. Guys hanging out at the coffee shop. Do you notice the same guys at the same coffee shops?
Yeah, I've noticed as well.
Ayala.
Yeah, and Ayala. Yeah.
When Janet and I were at IT Park, I think that's a different scenario over there. I don't think there's a lot of foreigners hanging out at every coffee shop.
I noticed it as well when I was in IT Park.
That's a working class area. There's lots and lots of businesses there, call centers and such. The girls, they get their break, they go get a coffee before work. And you don't see the foreigners hanging out like you do here at Bo's Coffee or the Social or Tom Tom's or Ground Zero in Dumaguete.
Yeah.
IT Park is different.
Yeah. Yes, but I think, Mike, sometimes, like, especially when they are just new in here as well, like they're being told, like, hey, go to social, go to Boss Coffee, because there you can find new friends in there. Some other guy will, like, help you move around here. So probably that's one of the reasons as well, to sit in there.
They get familiar with it over YouTube and that. But don't become a fixture. Even Dumaguete, we joke about the guys that show up at the bar at 10 in the morning when it opens up, and they're helping clean up and close the place at the end of the
Really?
night. There's more to life than that. But when you first get here, of course, you're going to come and hang out at the mall.
Yes.
And you're going to check out IT Park if you're in Cebu and other places. And it is a good place to meet people, but it's that first contact.
Yes.
How do you approach somebody? And back home, I remember I would never approach a single woman in the grocery store. I just found it to be a little rude, but I could tell they were single by what they bought. They got just a little bit of food. They're buying a quart of milk, not a gallon, because they don't have kids. Here, it's hard to tell if a woman has family, boyfriend, or kids when you first see them, because the girls are so beautiful.
Yeah.
You look at Weng, you look at Janet, it's hard to say, hey, they have children, they have family that they have to take care of. Because a lot of guys want that single girl who is free to travel and spend time with them.
Many of the guys like that.
Yeah. Now, I did a video, and the topic was, do you want a working girl? And not a girl that's working in the sex trade, but she has a job. And guys, are you interested in having a girl that's gone for 8 to 10 hours a day working? What do you think about that?
I think in that part, Mike, it's really depend what you agreed and what is comfortable and what is, like, if the situation, if her work is beneficial for, like, and the guy don't really need her, like, that's very situational type of.
It is. Some guys.
It depends on the guy and the woman as well.
Some guys need what I call, and I need a full-time girlfriend and wife, a caretaker, someone to take care of you. I didn't want to be here alone.
Yeah, of course.
But there are guys here who don't mind being alone.
Yeah.
They like to travel by themselves. And if their girlfriend or their wife has a career, I'm really pushing, if they have a career, they should stay with a career. If they work for the government, the LTO or something, they have a pension building, they've been there 10, 15 years, pulling them out of that situation could be a negative. Could be a negative.
Yeah, so it's always situational, but I know it when the Filipina is gonna be committed to you. As I'm Filipina, I like to be traveling with you. I like to be like spending time with the person I'm with. So that's always the same as well. That's all depends as well what the woman wants as well. Yes, because I think it's very beautiful when you can travel together and when you have time. What's the purpose of relationship when the other person is working and the other person is like, traveling alone? Like, it seems like there's no relation.
The relationship could be strained.
Yeah, different.
There'll be a lot of pull on the trust of the relationship.
Yes, of course.
Because the guy's gone, he's traveling, and the woman's has her freedom. She's going to work. She has time after work.
Yeah.
I don't believe the financial difficulties here in the Philippines is the same as in the U.S., where a guy needs to work and his partner needs to work.
Yeah.
Because the cost of rent, cost of homes, cost of living is so much high. A lot of guys come here and they want that girlfriend experience full time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Most of the guys want to have a Filipino partner, or like, to spend time together, to build an experiences together. Yeah.
But if you had a career, if you were still working in the hospital,
of course,
and you were building your pension, and it'd be hard to give up that job for a new relationship, because you don't know if that relationship
especially if it's
last.
new.
Yeah.
Especially if the relationship is just new, you can't
give up everything for a hope and a dream.
That's one of the situation as well you have to consider.
Yeah.
How long is that relationship?
How strong
How
do
do
you
you
feel?
know the person? How strong it is. Yeah, the foundation of the relationship.
You're both taking a risk if
You
the
have
girl
to-
leaves her job.
yeah.
And I'm not talking about that 300 peso a day job. A lot of people talk. We're talking about
Like a
girls
big-
with good careers. You know, they're working, you know, in the higher end of the call center. They've been there a while. They work for the government. Those are good jobs, hard
Yes.
to get. And seniority means a lot.
Yeah.
As you're an older woman, now, you know, you and Janet and a few of our other friends, they're older Filipinas. You're both all beautiful, nothing
Yeah.
there. But if you went back into the workforce, do you think it's going to be harder to get a job as you approach 40?
Yes, here in the Philippines, it's hard, especially if you're not a college graduate. That's one of the things. Unless you're willing to work the minimum wage.
job,
But if you're gonna, in our age, Janet is younger than me, so I'm close to 40. So it's hard for me to find a
So
job.
for a girl to give up her career, then go with a guy for a couple of years, now she's 35, 38, closing in on 40, and he leaves, the relationship breaks up, it's going to be hard for her to go back to the position she was in prior.
Yes, yes. So that's why it's very important to make it sure, and it will, like, you know, you just don't give up just for the unsure relationship.
Guys, you have to take consideration, when the girl says you have to accept me,
Yes.
she's saying more than just her. She's saying you have to accept me, if she has children, her family, and her career if she has one. You have to accept
Yes.
the whole package there,
Yeah.
and to see if your life can fit into that life of the girl.
Yes, don't be so like, oh, I can take care of you. I'll accept you without really have a full understanding what you're saying. Like,
It's a long time commitment. You're
Yes.
thinking she can go get another job at a 7-Eleven. Even those jobs are hard to get.
Yeah,
Jobs
even,
are very,
yeah,
they're
the
very hard to get.
requirements.
The requirements, you have to have, some of them are college degrees, you know, they're looking for past experience, and they have age restrictions. I see
Yes.
want ads that say between 22 and 28.
Yes, and the experiences as well. It's very important here. Yeah.
You have to really think hard before you ask a girl to give up her career to
Yeah.
be full-time.
Yes.
But there are so many women who don't really they have a job, but it's not a career.
Yes. Yeah.
You have
There's
to
so
know
many
the difference.
in here
You
in
have
the
to know the
Philippines.
difference. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, as a woman, what is the perfect type of guy for a Filipina?
The perfect type of a guy, I think.
And we know it's not looks because there's so many ugly guys here like me that have beautiful wives.
Very self-secure,
Self-secure.
and I think humbleness.
Humble.
Like, that's very attractive. Just to me, I gonna mention it, especially like very attractive when you are humble. Yeah.
Jealousy. Men talk a lot about Filipinas being jealous.
Yes.
Do you find, or have you heard of foreigners who are jealous that will cause an end to a relationship?
Yeah, I've heard, I've observed as well, but
It's a
I've experienced it that he
You
is
have?
very jealous. So yeah, it's
a two-way street, guys.
Yeah, of course, it's just not Filipino.
Can't cheat. Cheating don't work. You always get caught cheating, and you have you have to trust. And you know, once you decide on what relationship and who you're going to be with, really think hard if that's the long-term relationship for you.
Yes.
Don't take her out of her comfort zone. You know, some guys, they'll meet a girl in Cebu and they'll say, well, I want to go live on this province
yeah.
island here. And that's too far from her family. What's the farthest you would live with somebody away from your family?
What's the farthest? You mean?
Would you live in Dumaguete without your family? Your family's up here.
No, me personally, no.
No.
But it depends, as I said from before. It's always depend how long is the relationship, what this guy is being proven to that relationship, and so as a woman, how strong is the foundation of that relationship, and then that's the time you're gonna we can go everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think I picked their brain enough today.
I had coffee in here.
She had coffee. She's good. She looks beautiful. We appreciate her coming. Again,
Yes.
we're on the 4th floor of Ayala Mall.
Yes.
We're in front of Starbucks, across from the Social. And until next time, thanks for being here.
Yeah, welcome, Mike.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye, Janet.
Janet. Janet is asleep already, Mike.
Bye.